Robert W. Service by Nick, Tyler, Zoe, and Keelin.
Robert W. Service was born on January 16th in Preston, England. He was the oldest of 10 children.
In 1895, he moved to Canada where he worked at a bank. He started working in the... In 1895, he moved to Canada where he worked at a bank. He started working in the Yukon Territory, and that's what inspired his poetry.
Okay. His two most famous poems, The Shooting of Dan McGrew and The Cremation of Sam McGee, were inspired by the Yukon Gold members when he was working there.
In 1907, he released his first book called Songs of Sourdough, and he became known as the Canada Kipling after Rudyard Kipling.
September 18th, 1901, Service's second book, Ballads of Bohemian, was published.
In 1908, Service quit his banking job and went to Paris, the French Riviera, Hollywood, and all around the world.
Service became a correspondent for the Toronto Star during the Balkan Wars in 1912.
Also in 1913, while he was in France, Service met his future wife.
Service barely escaped Poland at the beginning of World War II. He then went to Hollywood and eventually returned to France, where he stayed till his death.
September 11th, 1958, Robert W. Service died of a heart attack at age 84.
So, Robert W. Service was born on January 16th, 1874. He was the oldest of 10 children, and at 5 years old, he went to live in Keelin with his 3 maiden aunts and his paternal grandfather, with his dream of becoming a cowboy. He traveled to Vancouver Island, British Columbia, wearing his favorite Buffalo Bill costume. Inspired by the Yukon Territory, he managed to write his two most famous poems, The Shooting of Dan McGrew and The Cremation of Sam McGee. He traveled the world doing what he loved most, writing poems. Different landscapes and people inspired him to write more poems, which eventually led to him writing 7 novels. The Songs of Sourdough, Ballads of Bohemian, Ballads of Chicago, The Rhymes of a Red-Crossed Man, Best of Robert Service, The Trail of 98, A Northland Romance, and finally, Rhymes of a Rolling Stone. In 1913, when Robert returned to Paris, he met the love of his life, Parisienne Germaine Bourgeois. In the 1920s, Robert enjoyed writing thriller novels. He was a very accomplished man who lived a happy and fulfilled life. He died of a heart attack on September 11th.
Okay, so my poem is called God Gave a Heart by Robert W. Service. God made a heart from gold, shining and sweet and true. Gave it a home of fairest mold, blessed it and called it you. God gave the rose its grace and glow, and the lark its radiant glee. But better than all,